Okay, good morning students. In earlier class we have learned about structure of the heart, external and internal structure. Externally conical or triangular in shape, and internally the heart has the human heart has 4 chambers and 2 atriums and 2 ventricles are there. While contracting 2 atriums and 2 ventricles, the blood flowing all over the body from atrium to ventricle and ventricle to all over the body, and then once again from the body parts to heart. That's why human heart is example for the double pump. When the muscles of all 4 chambers of the heart relaxed, here what happening in that heart, the heart should be get the relaxation and contraction. Once if the 2 atriums are pumped the blood into ventricle, immediately the 2 atriums should be get the relaxation, and after the contraction of the ventricle, these 2 ventricles are also gets the relaxation. While relaxing the ventricles, the atrium should be get the contraction. While they are contracting, these should be get the relaxation. So when the muscles of the 4 chambers of the heart relaxed, the pulmonary vein, whenever the 4 chambers, what is meant by 4 chambers, 2 atriums and 2 ventricles, when they gets relaxation, immediately the pulmonary vein which is present, which is connected to the lung, that should be brings oxygenated blood into left atrium. Don't forget that left atrium. What happening now? Once while after contraction of the 4 chambers, when they gets relaxation, what is meant by the 4 chambers of the atrium, 2 atrium and 2 ventricles are gets relaxation. Maybe 0.8 seconds are there. In between 0.8 seconds, immediately from the lung, the pulmonary, the main vein, pulmonary vein should be carries the oxygenated blood into the left atrium, and as well as when the left atrium contracted, that blood should be pushed into left ventricle. Already I told you. So in between them, what is there? One pore is there or valve is there which has a 2-layered membrane. What is meant by 2-layered membrane? That is a cup or a lid which is meant for valve. So that is a valve. That valve, what is the use of this valve? This valve is known as mitral valve. This mitral valve prevents back flow of the blood into once again atrium from the ventricle. And again once if the ventricle contracted, left ventricle contracted, however the left atrium pumps the blood into left ventricle. When the atrium contracted, immediately while taking the rest of the left atrium, the left ventricle should be makes the contraction. Along with this contraction, the entire blood flows into the main artery aorta. The main artery aorta carries this oxygenated blood into all over the body parts. What happening now? When the left ventricle contracts, the oxygenated blood is forced into the main artery called aorta. So in between the aorta and left ventricle have what is there? One valve is there, one lid is there again. So that is aortic valve. So totally the left side of the heart has one is mitral valve and another one is aortic valve with 2-layered cup, 2-layered valve which is meant for bicuspid. And once if the aorta filled with oxygenated blood, that blood should be supplied to all the capillaries of the blood vessels. So these blood vessels, capillaries of the blood vessels should be connected to veins. Once again veins. What happening here? Aorta which has oxygenated blood, that terminal portion connected with arteries, and the arteries connected with capillaries, minute blood vessel capillaries. So previously I told you about the capillaries, minute hair like projections, and the capillaries are connected to veins. Here what happening here? These veins, once if the blood received to the veins, so from the veins what are again that blood should be sent into heart. So these are the present in between arteries and veins. What are capillaries? Capillaries are the middle parts of the arteries and veins. Yeah, veins are thin walled blood vessels when compared with arteries. Veins are very thin. Capillaries are thin and veins are also thin than the arteries. So these are also blood vessels. These should be carry blood from the all the body parts to heart. So what happened here? Once if the body parts filled with oxygenated blood, then the oxygenated blood whenever used along with all our body parts, immediately what happened, that oxygenated blood should be turned into deoxygenated blood. That deoxygenated blood once again collected with veins. These veins should be once again connected to superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava both are attached to right atrium. So what happening now? Without getting any pressure, however the ventricular pressure is there, ventricular pressure, along with the ventricular pressure, the blood should be flows from body parts to veins and veins to superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and from superior and inferior vena cava to right atrium. So here when the right atrium filled with deoxygenated blood, immediately the right atrium should be gets the contraction. Along with the contraction, the blood should flows into right ventricle. So what happening here? That's why we can say our heart is really double pumping organ. So the left side of the heart acts as a one pump, left side of heart as a one pump, because oxygenated blood pumps into the all over the body parts, and another pump which pump blood into the body parts. One is what happening here? One is pumping the oxygenated blood into the body parts and left side of the heart, and another one is right side of the heart is also pumping the blood into the lung. What kind of blood that is? That is the deoxygenated blood, which is connected along with veins and superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior and inferior vena cava, while collecting, when the blood entered into the right atrium, whenever sent into the right ventricle, when the right ventricle contacted, that entire deoxygenated blood to turn into oxygenated blood, that should be reached into once again lung. So in the lung or alveolar level, again this deoxygenated blood should be gets the oxygenated blood. So again it should be turned into oxygenated blood, and heart to body parts to once again lung to heart to body parts. Like that, the blood should be circulated without getting any interruption continuously. So let's listen about the main artery, aorta. Aorta pumps into arteries. What are their aorta? The aorta is connected to left ventricle. Once if the left ventricle contracted, that blood flows into aorta. Send that blood into arteries, and arteries send that blood into capillaries. So it is a pathway. So the capillaries are attached to what are veins? Here the aorta carries blood to all the organs of the body, like wherever head region, chest region, arm, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney, legs, all over the part, the aorta. So that's why the ventricle should get the contraction with high pressure, because it has to be sent, pump all over the body parts. Without having the high pressure, the blood could not reach all the body parts. To reach all the body parts, it has to be gets high pressure. So that's why the wall of the ventricle has thicker than the atrium. So all over the body parts such as head, chest, arm, stomach, intestine, liver, kidney and legs, each and every part receives the oxygenated blood along with aorta, capillaries, aorta and arteries, capillaries, aorta, arteries and capillaries. Again from the body parts, veins, capillaries, etc. is there. Along with that, the blood should be reached into right side. When the oxygenated blood pass through the capillaries of the body, then it supplies oxygen. Since the blood lose oxygen and gets deoxygenated blood, what happened there? Once if the oxygenated blood entered into the body parts, then the oxygen should be utilized for the cellular respiration in the cellular level of organs. To do each and every function, each organ must be need some amount of oxygen for the cellular respiration or for the digestion of the carbon compound. So once if the oxygenated blood reach to each and every body part of the cell, then after utilization of that respiration, again that blood should be received the carbon dioxide from the carbon compound which are digested in the cellular level. Then what happened? The oxygenated blood should be turned into deoxygenated blood. Okay, Nama? When the oxygenated blood pass through the capillaries of the body, then it supplies oxygen. Since the blood loses oxygen, wherever the blood loses oxygen in the cellular level after the cellular digestion, then it should be gets the deoxygenated blood. Here, when the right atrium contracts deoxygenated blood, listen about that. Until that we have learned about oxygenated blood from the left side of the arteries and ventricles and atrium and ventricle, and right side, when we have observed the right side, when the right atrium contracts, what is there in the right atrium? The right atrium has deoxygenated blood which is brings along with superior vena cava and inferior vena cava from the body parts. So this deoxygenated blood, the right atrium contracts, this deoxygenated blood is pushed into a right ventricle. Here already we learnt about it. What we have learnt, in between these two, one valve is there, that is known as tricuspid. What is meant by tricuspid? Which the valve has three membranes. It has a lid is there, cover is there, cup is there, that is made up of three valves. So tricuspid valve is there. When the right ventricle, again after the contraction of the right atrium, when the blood flows into the right ventricle, again the right ventricle is also should be gets the contraction to pump the deoxygenated blood into wherever, into not to the body parts. This deoxygenated blood has to be changed into oxygenated blood. Wherever the deoxygenated blood can be gets the oxygenated blood in the alveolar level of the lung. So that's why the ventricle, the right ventricle connected to lung, both of the lungs, right ventricle connected to both of the lungs. So while contracting the right ventricle, that blood flows into both of the lungs along with pulmonary artery. What are carrying the deoxygenated blood to the lung? Pulmonary arteries. Pulmonary arteries carries deoxygenated blood from the ventricle to lung, and oxygenated blood carries from left ventricle to body parts along with aorta and arteries. Don't forget that. Main aorta and artery carries oxygenated blood to body parts, and from the left ventricle, and as well as from the right ventricle, pulmonary artery. This is pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to lungs to get the oxygenation. In the lungs, deoxygenated blood release its carbon dioxide and absorb oxygen from air to the blood, become oxygenated and sent to the left atrium through pulmonary vein. It is a circulatory pathway. The blood is flowing from heart to lung, and as well as lung to heart to body part. So the oxygenated blood has to be changed into deoxygenated blood, and deoxygenated blood has to be changed into oxygenated blood by the circulation of atriums and both ventricles only. Yeah, the human blood circulatory system, example for double circulation. So because already I told you, once if the heart receives blood twice, once oxygenated blood receiving with the heart, and another time deoxygenated blood is also receiving to the heart. So the blood once receive twice for the one contraction. For one contraction, when heart receives twice, that kind of circulation is known as a double circulation. What is the example for the double circulation? Human circulation is example for double circulation, because human heart has 4 chambers. Our heart has 4 chambers. 2 chambers are auricles and 2 chambers are ventricle. So here what happening? Oxygenated blood once receiving to the heart and again pumped into the body parts, and again deoxygenated blood received into the heart and again pumped into the lung, and lung to once again heart. So that's why it is traveling twice in a contraction, in a circulation. It is known as a double circulation. A circulatory system in which the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body is called double circulation. What is meant by double circulation? A circulatory system in which the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body is called double circulation. Okay, what is there here? A circulatory system in which the blood travels twice through the heart in one complete cycle of the body is called double circulation. So our heart is receiving blood twice to pump the all over the body parts and to receive the once again into the heart. So later we will learn about the pathway of the circulatory system. Pathway, what is meant by pathway? So however the blood flowing from heart to body parts, and as well as however the blood received to the heart from the body parts to heart or lung. So later we will discuss about that. Thank you.